Hello everyone, my name is Amy from Amazon Polly. In this video, I do the voice of Her Majesty Queen Regnant Ilariel III, suffix Demi Doyle. Today, I'm going to introduce my royal family in the 1870s, and the brief information of the Father's Day in two countries, whom the uploader's channel belongs to, Taiwan and Thailand. You may listen to me while viewing the album. Okay, let's start. The date in the video would set either in 1869 or 75, depending on when I was accidentally pregnant, 1861 or 67. Let's introduce myself first. My name is Queen Regnant Ilariel III, or known previously as Princess Demi Doyle. I am the only daughter of Queen Ilariel II, suffix Destrel, the niece of Ilariel I, no suffix, the granddaughter of King Ravana, the mother of the twin princes, Ishvan and Siharaj, and the grandmother of Ilariel IV and V. I have the husband named Prince Consort Fibruvar. He used to be named Fun Iomemaga, the eldest son of my mother's favorite nobleman, Lord Iomemaga. In my teens, he was my favorite bodyguard. Right now, he fathered 4 children. The green-suited prince is Ishvan, the blue one is Siharaj, the white-dressed princess is Luminel, and her sister in black, 18 months younger, is Oscuriel. The reason to have elven-named royals is that Thailand doesn't exist in the channel's Machinima universe, and to comply with the 1963 Personal Name Act, Thailand, in the real world, which, according to the Article 6 and 8, states that a citizen may not name him/herself after a monarch or his/her prime consort. Link in the description box. Okay, back on track. Father's Day is a day of honoring fatherhood and paternal bonds, as well as the influence of fathers in society. In Catholic countries of Europe, it has been celebrated on March 19 for St. Joseph's Day since the Middle Ages. In America, Father's Day was founded by Sonora Smart Dodd, and celebrated on the 3rd Sunday of June for the first time in 1910. It is held on various days in many parts of the world all throughout the year, often in the months of March, May, and June. Father's Day complements similar celebrations honoring family members, such as Mother's Day, Siblings Day and Grandparents' Day. How do we have this holiday? For centuries, the Orthodox Church has appointed the second Sunday before Nativity as the Sunday of the forefathers to commemorate the ancestors of Christ according to the flesh, starting with Adam and emphasizing the patriarch Abraham, to whom God said,
"In thy seed shall all of the nations of the earth be blessed." Genesis, chapter 12 item 3, and chapter 22 item 18.
This feast can fall between December 11th and 17th. This feast includes the ancestors of the Mary, mother of Jesus, and various prophets. A customary day for the celebration of fatherhood in Catholic Europe is known to date back to at least 1508. It is usually celebrated on March 19th, as the feast day of Saint Joseph, who is referred to as the Fatherly Nutritor Domini, nourisher of the Lord, in Catholicism and the putative father of Jesus in Southern European tradition. This celebration was brought to the Americas by the Spanish and Portuguese. The Catholic Church actively supported the custom of a celebration of fatherhood on St. Joseph's Day from either the last years of the 14th century or from the early 15th century, apparently on the initiative of the Franciscans. In the Coptic Orthodox Church, the celebration of fatherhood is also observed on St. Joseph's Day, but the Copts observe this on July 20th. The Coptic celebration may date back to the 5th century. Whether to celebrate this day worldwide or not remained a debatable topic for long. Then, in 1908, by Grace Golden Clayton proposed the day to honor those men who lost their lives in a mining accident in the US, though it was not accepted then. But in 1909 Sonora Smart Dodd, who along with her 5 brothers were raised by her father alone, being inspired after attending Mother's Day in a church, convinced the Spokane Ministerial Association to celebrate Father's Day worldwide. In addition to Father's Day, International Men's Day is celebrated in many countries on November 19th in honor of men including boys. For now, I will be describing the eastern view of the festival. In Taiwan, Father's Day is not an official holiday, but is widely observed on August 8th, the 8th day of the 8th month of the year. In Mandarin Chinese, the pronunciation of the number 8 is ba, and the pronunciation is very similar to the character ba, which means pa or dad. The 8th day of the 8th month, ba ba, is a pun for dad, ba ba. The Taiwanese, therefore, sometimes refer to August 8th as Bar holiday as a pun for Dad's holiday, or the more formal Father's Day. Unlike most of the world, in Thailand, the Father's Day is a public holiday. Also in Thailand, the birthday of the king is set as Father's Day. December 5th is the birthday of the late King Bhumibol Adulyadej, Rama IX. Traditionally, Thais celebrate by giving their father or grandfather a can of flower, Dok Budaraksa, which is considered a masculine flower. However, this is not as commonly practiced today. Thai people will wear yellow on this day to show respect for the late king, because yellow is the color of the day for Monday, the day King Bhumibol Adulyadej was born. Thais flood the Sanam Luang, a massive park in front of the palace, to watch the king give his annual speech, and often stay until the evening, when there is a national ceremony. Thais will light candles and show respect to the king by declaring their faith. This ceremony happens in almost every village in Thailand, and even overseas at Thai organizations. It first gained nationwide popularity in the 1980s as part of a campaign by Prime Minister Prem Tinsulanonda to promote Thailand's royal family. Mother's Day is celebrated on the birthday of Queen Sirikit, August 12th. However, there are more observances among the great powers. In the People's Republic of China, there is no official Father's Day. Some people celebrate on the third Sunday of June, according to the tradition of the United States. Father's Day is also celebrated in the special administrative regions. In Hong Kong, it is celebrated on the third Sunday of June and is not a public holiday. In Macau, Father's Day, Dia du Pei, is celebrated on the third Sunday of June and is not a public holiday. In the US, Father's Day is celebrated on the third Sunday of June. Typically, families gather to celebrate the father figures in their lives. In recent years, retailers have adapted to the holiday by promoting greeting cards and gifts such as electronics and tools. Schools, if in session, and other children's programs commonly have activities to make Father's Day gifts. On the other hand, Russia continues the Soviet Union's tradition of celebrating Defender of the Fatherland Day on the 23rd of February. It is usually called Man's Day and it is considered the Russian equivalent of Father's Day. In France, lighter manufacturer Flaminaire introduced the idea of Father's Day first in 1949 for commercial reasons. Director Marcel Guercia wanted to sell their lighter in France. In 1950, they introduced La Fête des Pères, which would take place every third Sunday of June, following the American example. Their slogan Nos papas nous l'ont dit, pour la fête des pères, ils disaient tout un Flaminaire, our daddies told us, for Father's Day, they all want a Flaminaire. In 1952, the holiday was officially decreed. A National Father's Day Committee was set up to give a prize for fathers that deserved it most. Originally, candidates were nominated by the social services of each town hall/mayor's office. This complements La Fête des Mères, Mother's Day, which was made official in France in 1928 and added to the calendar in Vichy in 1941. In the United Kingdom, Father's Day is celebrated on the third Sunday of June. The day does not have a long tradition. The English year, 2006, states that it entered British popular culture sometime after the Second World War, not without opposition. Singer-songwriter John Barker also contributed to the UK's Father's Day culture by releasing the now popular song Thank You for Being My Dad. The song reached charts around the world and is widely played at funerals each year around the world. In Japan, Father's Day, Chichi no Hai, is celebrated on the third Sunday of June and is not a public holiday. Common presents are sake, shochu, fashion items, some kinds of gourmet food, sports equipment and various sweets. Father's Day is observed on the third Sunday of June in India. The event is not a public holiday. The day is usually celebrated only in bigger cities like Hyderabad, Chennai, Mumbai, New Delhi, Kanpur, Bengaluru, Kolkata, Pune and others. After this day was first observed in the United States in 1908 and gradually gained popularity, Indian metropolitan cities, much later, followed suit by recognizing this event. In India, the day is usually celebrated with children giving gifts like greeting cards, electronic gadgets, shirts, coffee mugs or books to their fathers. In Germany, Father's Day, Vatertag, is celebrated differently from other parts of the world. It is always celebrated on Ascension Day, the Thursday 40 days after Easter, which is a federal holiday. Regionally, it is also called Men's Day, Manatag, or Gentleman's Day, Parentag. It is a tradition for groups of males, young and old but usually excluding pre-teenage boys, to do a hiking tour with one or more smaller wagons, wagon, pulled by manpower. In the wagons are wine or beer bottles, according to the region, and traditional regional food, Hausmannskost. Many men use this holiday as an opportunity to get drunk. According to the Federal Statistical Office of Germany, alcohol-related traffic accidents multiply by 3 on this day. The tradition of Father's Day is especially prevalent in Eastern Germany. These traditions are probably rooted in Christian Ascension Day's processions to the farmlands, which has been celebrated since the 18th century. Men would be seated in a wooden cart and carried to the village's plaza, and the mayor would award a prize to the father who had the most children, usually a big piece of ham. In the late 19th century the religious component was progressively lost, especially in urban areas such as Berlin, and groups of men organized walking excursions with beer and ham. By the 20th century, alcohol consumption had become a major part of the tradition. Many people will take the following Friday off at work, and some schools are closed on that Friday as well. Many people then use the resulting 4-day-long weekend for a short vacation. That's all for the lecture today. You can read more on Wikipedia, link in the description box. That's all my role being a queen. From now, I'm not anymore. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Happy Father's Day.